7 Days to Die, a game that brings together zombies, survival, base building, and a bunch of other elements that I'm sure we all know and love that make 7 Days to Die, 7 Days to Die. I personally love this game, but we have a problem. And right now, everyone is outraged with the 2.0 release that has added a super linear way to play as far as the biomes go. As I'm sure many of you know, back in the day, we used to be able to go to other biomes for a loot bonus, and riskier play was rewarded with better tier gear that you could get earlier on. Well, that's not the case anymore. And I'm sure, as many of you know, the biggest problem and the biggest thing that upsets this community right now is the fact that the developers want to restrict how you play this game. Many of us come to this game because it is a sandboxy survival experience. I know, myself included, I love playing random generated maps that leave me in a new experience every time I pick this game up. But recently I have found myself in the same boat, and it's deeper than just the biome issue. Yes, we have an option to disable this system in place, and I'm sure so many people are choosing to disable it. But the issue is that the developers have wasted precious time and resources on a change that no one asked for and very little enjoy. Yes, the developers have made positive changes, such as adding the storms, but have simultaneously taken steps back by removing temperature and other aspects that would go great with the things that they have already added. The real issue is the developers are not focusing on content that matters. I understand they might have a vision that they want to put in place, but at what point do you listen to your community, and at what point do you start adding stuff that makes your game better? I mean, some of this stuff that matters that I think would make the game so much better and bring more people into the game and bring old players returning to the game are some things like just more building blocks, or more traps to defend your base, or even more zombie variants. Which brings me to the combat system that we currently have. We have a super dated combat system that ultimately feels clunky and not fresh. Why can't we have new swing animations, new death animations? Or when the player goes into a house, the zombies are moving around. They're not standing idle looking silly. It's simple things like this that would just add more life to the game. Not to mention animal husbandry and pets, more crafting stations that would come with more building blocks and other resources, and simple stuff like hand animations when standing idle, new biomes, or more plant and animal diversity. I mean, just adding more stuff to look at. Which brings us to the questing system. Right now, we have a super outdated questing system, and I don't even know the last time they added new quests to the game. This current questing system is far too overpowered, which leaves any other form of play kind of irrelevant. I mean, it's taking the survival aspect and the exploration aspect out of the game. I understand that their biome system forces you to explore the other biomes, but it should be all up to the player, not a forced mechanic in the game. Players should even have the option to disable questing altogether. The player should have the ability to play how they see fit. I mean, look at base building, for example. We have had underground bases nerfed. We can't build near traders within a certain limit. There's so many restricted aspects to base building which also dampens the sandbox experience. There are so many game-breaking things in a game such as Minecraft, and all of those things are left in the game because it's up to the player how they want to play. If a player wants to play super hardcore, they will play that way. If another player wants to play super relaxed with cheesy exploits, they can also play that way. We're talking about a mostly PvE game here. It should really fall on the player for how they want to play. And ultimately, I hope the developers do see this video, and I hope they consider freeing their game from these shackles and restrictions that they've put into place. Their game would be better for it if they just let the player decide. I love this game, and I'm sure so many of you do too, and I know that this game has to pique the interest of so many people. And like veteran players alike, I'm sure they're just waiting for a major content release so they can come back to the game or try it out for the first time. If you found this video insightful, and if you agree with this message, drop a like. It'll help the video out, and who knows, maybe the developers will see this, and maybe 7 Days to Die will be better for it in the future.